There are those traders who prefer mechanical trading, and there are those traders who prefer discretionary trading. Furthermore, I would say most traders prefer to use chart trading because of the convenience and speed of making your decision and executing your trade right from the chart. However, there is a third method of trading, which I call hybrid chart trading. Here are the triangle trend indicators for NinjaTrader on 1/9/2015 on the ES4 Renko. What I did with hybrid chart trading was to combine the best of both disciplines, because you cannot plot a mechanical strategy on a chart trading chart. I wrote an indicator that just plots arrows on the screen as would occur with a mechanical strategy, but does not trigger a trade. I then wrote a strategy based on the indicator. I can then optimize, back test, or walk forward test the strategy on the strategy analyzer and plug those results into the indicator, thus producing an optimized indicator that acts like a strategy. The arrows that are then plotted on the screen are treated as suggestions to either take a discretionary trade or ignore the arrow. The significant thing is that the strategy, and thus the indicator, trades profitably in and of itself. So you add discretionary trading to an already profitable system, and you're already ahead of the game. So market opens at 6:30 in the morning here on the West Coast. So here's 6:30 right here where the crosshairs are plotted. And then the very next bar, a down arrow came in, and then you go short on the next bar, which is right here. And if you scroll down where the arrow is, you can see that the indicators are all red and moving down, and the zero lines are red as well. Swing cycle is moving down here and is turned red right in here on this bar after the arrow comes in. Get out of this trade when it hits this level of support, which is the level of today's open, and these yellow dots in here act as support and resistance. So the equity moves up a little bit here, so you're out of the trade right in this area. Then this up arrow comes in here, and on the next bar here you would ignore this up arrow because the indicator line is still below the zero line here. Even though the zero line turns green right in here, that just means an upward bias to the equity, but it doesn't coincide with the indicator line. So then you get a red arrow comes down here, and you go short on this bar right here. The indicator line is already well below the zero line. The zero line is turned red right in here. You follow this down to here, and the swing cycle shoots up here again. So you get out of this trade right around this area, and this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 point trade right in here. You get another up arrow here. You ignore this up arrow because even though the zero line turns green, the indicator line is red and well below the zero line here. Then you come over here and you get another down arrow right here. Very often after an arrow, either up or down, you'll find a bar is plotted in the opposite direction, and then the equity will resume the direction that the arrow indicates. So I would go short on this bar right here. The indicator is already well below the zero line. All the indicators are red and moving down on this right here, and so you would ride this down to here when it clearly becomes oversold, right in here, and the variable band becomes very close to the swing cycle, so another indication of oversold, and the swing cycle shoots up here, so you get out of this trade right here. Now another down arrow comes in here, but you're already very close to the oversold line here, so you don't go short right in here. Then you come over here and you get an arrow to the upside, and the equity crosses above this green price action trend line, but you don't go long here because you're in a long downtrend in through here. And also, even though the zero line turns green, the indicator line stays below the zero line here. So you ignore this up arrow, then you get a down arrow comes in here, so you go short on the next bar, which is right here. You can see all the indicators are clearly already red and moving down, and so you ride this down to here where it becomes oversold right in here. So this is happening as I speak, so I would probably take my profits right here and get out of this trade at this point.